What just happened with Team USA has the entire basketball world in shock. Fans are gasping, players are scrambling, and the headlines, they're exploding. Because in a move that nobody saw coming, Team USA just kicked out Aja Wilson. Yes, Aja Wilson, the very face of women's basketball. After a jaw-dropping moment involving none other than Caitlin Clark. And now, the drama, the politics, and the power plays behind this decision are starting to unravel, exposing a shocking chain of events that's already ripping the WNBA and Olympic rosters apart. This isn't just a team change. This is war inside the locker room. And at the center of it all, one young sharpshooter who just flipped the entire hierarchy upside down. A massive fallout is already in motion. Teammates are choosing sides. Fans are divided. And Aja Wilson? She's furious. But what exactly did Caitlin Clark do that made Team USA drop one of their most dominant stars? And why are insiders saying this is just the beginning of a much bigger plan? Stay right there, because what we're about to reveal will shake up everything you thought you knew about the future of Team USA basketball. To truly understand the sheer chaos of what just went down between Team USA, Aja Wilson, and Caitlin Clark, we have to rewind this story back. Not just to last month, not just to the start of the WNBA season, but years back, to the very fault lines that were slowly cracking beneath women's basketball. Cracks that everyone ignored, until now. Because what we're witnessing isn't just a roster switch. It's a full-blown shift in power. It's the collapse of an old regime. It's the rise of a new era, and it's shaking the league, on the Olympic Committee, and the entire sports world to its core. But how did we get here? How did Aja Wilson, a two-time MVP, the dominant force of the Las Vegas Aces, the heart and soul of Team USA's gold medal machine, end up kicked off the very team she helped build? And how did Caitlin Clark, a 22-year-old rookie who just entered the league, become the name whispered in every boardroom, broadcast, and locker room as the real reason behind Aja's shocking departure? This is a story about ego, about politics, about betrayal, and most of all, about power. The rise of Aja Wilson. Let's not downplay who Aja Wilson is. She's not just a WNBA star. She was the star. From her days at South Carolina under Dawn Staley to being the #1 overall pick, to becoming a back-to-back WNBA champion with the Aces. Now, Aja has been the face of dominance, composure, and unshakable leadership. She wasn't just leading her team. She was defining the culture of women's basketball. And when Team USA needed someone to anchor their Olympic dominance, it wasn't even a question. Aja Wilson was the cornerstone. Her stats? Impeccable. Her presence? Unmatched. But behind the scenes, something had already started to shift. Because while Aja was busy building a dynasty, a storm was brewing quietly in the NCAA. The meteor named Caitlin Clark. Enter Caitlin Clark, the Iowa sharpshooter whose name has been on everyone's lips for the past 2 years. Her deep threes, logo range, her court vision, insane. Her fan base, unmatched. She wasn't just a player. She became a phenomenon. Packed arenas, sold-out college games, and record-breaking viewership. Caitlin Clark wasn't just changing the game, she was stealing it. And Aja Wilson felt it. Sources close to Team USA insiders say tension had been brewing between WNBA vets and the incoming new guard. But it wasn't until Caitlin Clark declared for the WNBA draft and was immediately swarmed by endorsements, ESPN coverage, and even Olympic chatter that the fuse was lit. They were never going to let someone take their spotlight, one source leaked anonymously. Aja saw the writing on the wall, and she didn't like it. Team USA's secret dilemma. Fast forward to spring training. Team USA's preliminary Olympic camp had begun. Aja Wilson? Present, leading drills, running plays, coaching younger players. She expected everything to go her way. But when Caitlin Clark was invited to the closed Olympic Committee meetings, before ever playing a single pro game, Aja allegedly lost it. According to one assistant coach who spoke off record, Aja confronted a USA basketball official and said, "If y'all want a TV show, go hire influencers. But don't you dare disrespect the real ones who earn this jersey." From that moment on, it was war. Veteran players like Chelsea Gray and Kelsey Plum, longtime teammates and loyal to Aja, allegedly froze Clark out during early practices. There were whispers that Caitlin wasn't even past the ball during scrimmages. Some say they were trying to humble her. Others say they were trying to push her out. But Clark? She didn't flinch. She kept showing up. She kept hitting shots. She kept smiling in interviews. And behind the scenes, on Team USA execs started seeing the future. Caitlin's presence skyrocketed media attention. Networks were offering millions in exclusive licensing rights just to get footage of her in a Team USA jersey. Nike, Gatorade, and even Netflix were lining up with documentary offers. Meanwhile, Aja's camp? Dead silent. The breaking point. Then came the team meeting that changed everything. A closed-door session between the coaching staff and key USA basketball officials reportedly turned into a shouting match. Coaches backed Aja. Executives backed Caitlin. Someone leaked a message from that meeting that simply read, "We can win gold with both, but we can't win the future with Aja alone." That message went viral within 15 minutes. And the next morning, boom. Aja Wilson was off the roster. Just like that. No press release, no warning. No ceremony. Team USA said it was due to injury management. But fans weren't buying it. "You don't manage the face of the team out of the Olympics," one tweet exploded. "This is straight-up political assassination." Aja's own reaction said it all. She posted a cryptic tweet with a single line. "You'll remember who built the house when it burns down." And Caitlin Clark? She stayed silent. She didn't celebrate. She didn't throw shade. But that silence? It spoke louder than anything else. Because everyone knew. She won. The media turns on Aja. Within hours of the announcement, the media began rewriting the story. Suddenly, ESPN had graphics of the new face of Team USA with Caitlin front and center. Old Aja highlights were taken off the promo reels. Documentaries featuring Aja were paused indefinitely. Fans were stunned. Yaz, was this really happening? Had Aja Wilson, the dominant force of the WNBA, just been erased overnight? And more importantly, was Caitlin Clark responsible? Or was she simply being used as the face of a new marketing machine? The fallout from Aja Wilson's sudden removal from Team USA didn't just create drama. It unleashed a storm. Fans, players, insiders, everyone felt the tremors. But what nobody expected, what absolutely shattered the basketball world, was the leaked video that came next. Let's rewind for just a second. After Aja was cut, the official line from Team USA was injury management. Aja herself stayed quiet, except for that haunting tweet. "You'll remember who built the house when it burns down." But now we know. She wasn't staying silent because she wanted to. She was staying silent because she was fuming. According to an anonymous source in the Aces locker room, Aja was in total meltdown mode after the roster decision. She was screaming, crying. She kept saying, they used me and threw me away like trash." I've never seen her like that. She wasn't mad at Caitlin. She was mad at the system. But it wasn't until day 3 after the announcement that the real chaos began. Because that's when the video dropped, a private recording, from inside a closed Team USA strategy meeting. No media, no cameras, no phones allowed. And yet, someone leaked it. And it was bad. The grainy footage showed a senior Team USA official pacing the room, arms folded, talking about brand potential, audience growth, and passing the torch. At one point, he directly says, "We're not in the business of nostalgia. We're in the business of optics. If the world wants Caitlin now, and we're going to give them Caitlin." The room was silent. Then another voice chimed in, believed to be an assistant coach, saying, "What about Aja? She's still at her peak. Cutting her would blow up the entire team dynamic." The reply? Aja was our past. Caitlin is our ticket. Boom. That's it. That was the moment. That one line shattered any illusion that this was about performance or injury. This was a takeover. And suddenly the narrative flipped. Aja Wilson wasn't just removed. She was replaced, erased, written out of the very story she helped write. And now, the fans, they're rioting, Twitter's on fire. This ain't about basketball, this is corporate colonization. Y'all threw out loyalty for likes. Aja built this house and y'all evicted her. And the worst part? The leak came from inside. Team USA immediately launched an internal investigation. Phones were searched. Media teams were interrogated. Non-disclosure agreements were enforced. But it was too late. The damage was done. The locker room divide internally. The tension reached a fever pitch. Sources close to the team say that several veterans walked out of practice after the leak. Chelsea Gray, Brianna Stewart, even Jewel Lloyd all allegedly expressed outrage at the way Aja was treated. And Caitlin? She tried to play it cool. She released a short statement saying, "Aja is someone I admire deeply. I didn't ask for this. I'm just here to play." But behind the scenes, players weren't buying it. One insider says Caitlin was completely isolated after the leak. They stopped passing her the ball in scrims. One player even told her, "You think this is all about you? You think you're safe? They'll use you too, Clark." Now let's talk about the first twist. Because right when fans were rallying behind Aja, right when it looked like Caitlin Clark was going to be the scapegoat for this drama, a shocking betrayal flipped the story again. A second leak dropped. This time, not a video, but a series of text messages. And they were allegedly from Aja Wilson herself. The texts were screenshotted and sent to a popular sports gossip account. In them, Aja appears to say, "If they want a puppet, let 'em have her. She'll crumble the second it gets hard." Another one read, "They only love her until she misses. She ain't built for pressure. I've seen her up close." And just like that, the internet exploded again. Wait, hold up. Was Aja actually talking trash behind the scenes? Could this be why she was cut? Or were these texts leaked on purpose to make her look like the villain? Her reps refused to confirm or deny the messages. But fans? They were already torn. This just proves Aja was bitter all along. Y'all did her dirty, and now you want to act surprised she's mad? Both can be true. Caitlin got chosen, Aja got betrayed, and nobody's handling this with grace. WNBA joins the fight. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, the WNBA stepped in. During a national broadcast, Las Vegas Aces head coach Becky Hammon made a bold statement. "I've coached Aja. I've seen her sacrifice everything for this game. If you think cutting her makes you better, now I question what better means." Then came Indiana Fever's head coach with a subtle dig. "Clark's got a future, but the present still belongs to vets who've earned it." The WNBA world is now completely divided. Teams are releasing cryptic posts. Players are unfollowing each other. Even endorsement deals are being quietly renegotiated as brands try to figure out who to back. This isn't just a team issue. It's now a league war. Old guard versus new guard. Legacy versus lightning. Aja versus Caitlin. And at the center of it all, a stunned Team USA scrambling to hold it together while the world watches it fall apart. But the craziest part? This still isn't the worst of it. Because there's one more secret about to drop that will make everything we've covered so far look like child's play. It involves Team USA's top sponsor, and a hidden contract clause, and a multi-million-dollar marketing deal that ties Caitlin Clark's Olympic debut to something way bigger than just basketball. Just when fans thought the chaos had reached its peak, everything exploded again. This time with proof that Caitlin Clark's rise to Team USA wasn't just about talent or timing. It was about money. Massive money. Because a hidden detail surfaced from deep inside Team USA's partnership contracts. And what it revealed made jaws drop across the entire sports industry. The leaked endorsement clause. Let's start with the trigger. A well-known sports lawyer named @AgentXBreaks dropped a series of tweets that sent Twitter into a tailspin. The thread began innocently enough. So y'all still think this was about basketball? Let me break it down for you. 1/12. But by tweet 4, the internet froze. Because @AgentXBreaks included screenshots from internal marketing partnership documents, allegedly leaked from a former employee at a major brand partner of Team USA. And in bold lettering, under a clause labeled Contingency Bonus Emerging Talent Integration, it read, "An activation bonus of $7.5 million shall be paid to USA Basketball upon formal roster inclusion of Caitlin Clark in advance of Olympic qualifiers, triggering the marketing rollout across Nike, Hulu, and McDonald's." Wait, what? You read that right? Team USA allegedly stood to gain $7.5 million just for putting Caitlin Clark on the roster. And that's before she even played a single Olympic minute. Fans were stunned. This wasn't about competition. This wasn't about legacy. This was a business deal. On a corporate-engineered passing of the torch, bought and paid for. The internet goes nuclear. The moment the clause went viral, social media descended into mayhem. TikTok sports creators posted breakdowns. Instagram accounts flooded with meme after meme of Team USA sponsored by greed. Twitter was a war zone. And then came the hashtags. Hashtag Justice for Aja. Hashtag Clark Claus. Hashtag USA Exposed. Hashtag Olympic Sellout. Even non-sports outlets like TMZ and Rolling Stone jumped in with headlines like, "Team USA accused of selling out Aja Wilson for $7.5 million Clark deal." Within hours, Aja Wilson's old tweet, "You'll remember who built the house when it burns down," was resurrected and used across hundreds of protest posts. But the scandal was just getting started, because now players were speaking out. On Players Choose Sides, outspoken WNBA star Skylar Diggins-Smith reposted the leak and added, "So this is how we treat our vets now? Good to know. Stay woke." Then Angel Reese dropped a cryptic TikTok with the caption, "They love you when you sell tickets, hate you when you speak truth." But the most shocking response came from Sue Bird, a retired legend, Team USA icon, Olympic hero. She tweeted, "Legacy isn't just about medals. It's how you treat the ones who made your wins possible." This ain't it. Fans were divided. Some stood with Clark. Caitlin didn't write that clause. She's being used as a pawn. Others backed Aja. Doesn't matter if Caitlin knew. The fact she benefits from this while staying silent is why people are furious. And somewhere in the middle were the executives trying desperately to contain the firestorm. On Team USA issues emergency statement. In what can only be described as a full-on damage control campaign, Team USA held a late-night press conference streamed live on YouTube. The spokesperson looked rattled. He began with, "There has been a great deal of speculation about recent roster decisions and alleged endorsement contracts." He didn't deny the clause. He didn't mention Aja by name. And when asked directly if Caitlin Clark's inclusion was financially incentivized, "We support all our athletes and are proud of the diverse talent representing our country. The decision process is holistic and based on multiple criteria." The non-answer only fueled more rage. But then, a new bombshell dropped. An unverified audio recording appeared, allegedly from a private phone call between a Team USA executive and a brand manager. In the audio, the exec is heard saying, "Aja's market is limited. Clark brings crossover value. She brings middle America. We need that audience on board." Wait. What? Was this really about basketball? Or was it about Caitlin's race and image? Social media exploded. So Aja got erased for not being marketable to suburban moms? This is deeper than sports. This is about erasure. This is about control. This isn't just a basketball issue, it's a cultural reset. Aja's cryptic clapback. And just when it felt like everything was spiraling, Aja returned. She posted a now viral video on Instagram. No words, no captions, just footage of her in the gym, drenched in sweat, looking directly into the camera with the song Survivor by Destiny's Child playing faintly in the background. At the end, she walks up to the lens. Ayn wipes sweat from her forehead and whispers, "Still here." That 2-second clip? 15 million views in 6 hours, and a comment section flooded with, "Aja is her, the people's champ. She's not just playing the game, she's exposing it." Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark? Still silent. And now even her fans are starting to ask, "Where's your statement? Why haven't you said anything about Aja?" Silence speaks volumes, Caitlin. Brands panic, endorsements in limbo. Behind closed doors, marketing teams began scrambling. A leaked memo from a major sports drink company allegedly stated, "We are suspending rollout of our Team USA campaign until sentiment stabilizes." A sneaker brand was reportedly reconsidering an entire ad series featuring Clark and USA gear. And Netflix? Their planned Caitlin Clark Olympic docuseries, rumored to already be in production, is now on hold. Why? Because the optics are spiraling, and the public isn't playing. Final shocking reveal: the spy within now. Here's where it gets even crazier. Remember that original leaked video from the Team USA meeting? Turns out, it was traced back to a player, and not just any player, a rookie, someone who had everything to lose, and allegedly felt Aja was done dirty. A whistleblower from inside the team. Now the Federation is threatening legal action. NDAs are flying, phones are being subpoenaed. But the truth? It's out. And Team USA will never be the same again. The moment that $7.5 million clause hit the timeline, the internet wasn't just reacting. It was erupting. It was no longer just Team USA versus Aja or Aja versus Caitlin. It had become a full-blown civil war in women's basketball. And the battlefield? Social media, talk shows, headlines, even NBA locker rooms. This wasn't just a scandal. This was a reckoning. WNBA fans go full war mode. Within hours, hashtags trended in every major city. Hashtag boycott Team USA. Hashtag Aja deserves better. Hashtag Clark Claus. Hashtag WNB a revolt. TikTok creators made side-by-side breakdowns of Aja and Caitlin's stats, with captions like, "You tell me who earned it. One's an MVP. One's a media favorite." Twitter exploded with daily callouts. Imagine putting in a decade of sweat and sacrifice just to get pushed out for someone with a bigger IG following. This is about white favoritism and corporate manipulation. Period. They used Aja as the foundation, and then painted over her with Caitlin. But the backlash wasn't just digital anymore, because something wild happened at a recent WNBA game. Fans staged protest in real life. During a Las Vegas Aces game, Aja's home team, fans showed up holding signs that read, "Real MVP. We stand with Aja." Not just a brand, a leader. When Caitlin Clark's name was mentioned during the arena broadcast, boos, loud, echoing boos. And get this, a group of fans in the front row even wore shirts spelling out, hashtag Let Aja Play. Security tried to remove the signs, but it was too late. The footage went viral. Again, TikTokers captioned it, "Y'all really tried to silence the crowd? Nah, we loud now." NBA stars step in. Then the conversation took a wild turn when NBA players got involved. First, Damian Lillard tweeted, "If what I'm seeing is real, Aja was done dirty, no way around it." Then Draymond Green went on his podcast and said, Y'all treating Aja like she's a placeholder. She is the standard. This ain't how you build a winning culture. It's how you destroy one. And then, the shocker. LeBron James himself weighed in. In an Instagram story, he posted a picture of Aja holding her MVP trophy with the caption, "Respect those who built the platform you're standing on. Hashtag Queen Energy." Fans went nuts. When the king speaks, people listen. Even Bron can see the setup. LeBron just gave Aja the ultimate cosign. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark? Still silent. And that silence was starting to speak louder than any statement could. Like sports media can't keep up. ESPN ran a 3-day panel discussion just trying to dissect the drama. First Take, Undisputed, The Jump. Even The View did a segment. Some analysts defended Caitlin. She didn't ask for the clause. She's just the face of the next era. But others clapped back. Hard. If she's going to be the face, she has to speak when injustice happens. Silence is a stance. This is bigger than Clark. This is systemic, and it's being exposed in real time. Stephen A. Smith went full scorched earth. You don't erase a legend to build a rookie. You elevate both. This is amateur hour management, and it's going to cost Team USA dearly. Brands in crisis mode. Meanwhile, the brands behind Caitlin's rise were in full-blown crisis management. Nike had to disable comments on her latest ad. Subway delayed the launch of a promo campaign. Even Hulu pulled back a commercial teaser featuring Clark in red, white, and blue. Internally, reports say marketing departments are holding daily sentiment checks to track public reaction hour by hour. One insider leaked a memo stating, "All campaigns featuring Caitlin Clark must now include diverse female athletes until further notice." Translation? They're trying to avoid looking like they replaced Aja. Too late. The damage was done. The face-to-face moment. Sort of. Now here's where things got really spicy. At a recent WNBA event, a promotional shoot meant to unify the league, Aja and Caitlin were scheduled to appear in the same room. Sources say organizers were terrified. But here's what happened. Aja showed up. Caitlin showed up. They never spoke. But photos from behind the scenes captured Aja walking past Clark, giving her a chilling side glance. The photo went viral instantly, captioned everywhere as, "When the crown meets the counterfeit." TikTok audio edits, Photoshop battles, reaction videos, all over the internet. Even the official WNBA page posted the pic with a cryptic caption, "Legends, futures, storms." The comments were wild. Y'all knew what y'all were doing with that caption? Don't play. Stop trying to force them into the same space. Let Aja heal and let Caitlin earn. This ain't a fairy tale, it's a turf war. The unthinkable happens. A fan boycott. And now, fans are organizing. A hashtag Team Aja Only movement has launched. Petitions are circulating calling for an official investigation into Team USA's selection process. As annexi, most shockingly, ticket holders are refunding their Olympic seats over Aja's removal. One fan posted, "I saved for 2 years to see Aja play in Paris. I'm not going to watch her replacement benefit from her erasure." Meanwhile, Team USA's PR team is spiraling. Their official posts are getting ratioed in the comments. No matter what they say, the replies are full of, "Where's Aja? Still boycotting. This ain't our Team USA." And now, with the Olympics weeks away, one final twist is brewing behind the scenes, involving Aja, a surprise new team offer, and a last-minute court battle that could change everything. Just when it seemed like Team USA had made their final move. Just when fans had begun accepting the cruel reality of a Team USA without Aja Wilson. Boom. A new twist sent shockwaves not just through the WNBA, but across the entire global basketball community. Because Aja wasn't just sitting back and taking the disrespect. She was already working behind the scenes on a move so bold, so unexpected. It could flip the entire Olympic basketball landscape upside down. The international offer that no one saw coming out of nowhere. International sports outlet Hoops and Borders dropped a bombshell headline. Breaking, Aja Wilson offered temporary citizenship to compete for Jamaica in Paris Olympics. What? Jamaica? According to the report, high-level sports officials in Jamaica, aware of the outrage surrounding Aja's exclusion, contacted her management team and presented a once-in-a-lifetime offer. We are prepared to grant Aja Wilson expedited honorary citizenship and Olympic clearance to compete under the Jamaican banner in Paris. The offer was real. The invitation was official. And the deadline to respond? 10 days. The sports world exploded. Twitter couldn't handle it. Within minutes, Aja to Jamaica began trending in 15 countries. This would be the most iconic sports betrayal of the decade. Imagine Aja returning to the Olympics, not in red, white, and blue, but green, gold, and black. Y'all pushed the queen out. Now she might take the crown back. Even Jamaicans online were hyped. Come through, Aja. We've got the warmth, the vibes, and the redemption arc you deserve. Let her shine on our soil. USA fumbled a legend. And just when you thought it couldn't get crazier, a leaked photo hints. She might say yes. 2 days after the story broke, a blurry photo surfaced on Reddit, appearing to show Aja meeting with Jamaican Olympic Committee reps at a private resort in Florida. Was it real? No one could say for sure, but the symbolism was enough to keep the internet on fire. Fans began designing mock jerseys of Aja in Jamaican colors. TikTokers were remixing Welcome to Jamrock with highlight reels of her dominating the paint. Even reggae legend Sean Paul reposted one of the edits with the caption, "Let her burn it down, baby #Team Aja." But while the world celebrated the potential revenge arc, Team USA, they were panicking. A USA basketball board in crisis. A leaked internal memo from the board of USA Basketball exposed their rising fears over the Aja defection rumors. The memo warned, a potential defection of Aja Wilson to another national team, especially one in our Olympic bracket, would not only damage our international standing but create irreversible PR fallout. Translation? If Aja joins Jamaica and faces Team USA, it won't just be embarrassing. It could be career-ending for some execs. And then, it got legal. USA threatens Olympic ban over contract clause. According to ESPN insiders, USA Basketball sent a cease and desist letter to Aja's management, citing a clause in her prior athlete agreement that may prohibit representing a rival federation within 12 months of Team USA camp participation. Basically, aren't they trying to block her from going? But here's the kicker. Aja never signed the final roster contract this year. She wasn't selected for the team. Which means that clause might not even be valid. And now, her legal team is firing back. We'll see you in Paris. That's the quote from Aja's attorney. Short, sharp, ruthless. They're preparing for a potential Olympic court battle over whether Aja can legally compete under Jamaica's flag. And fans are losing it. Oh, it's war now. Let the queen rise. Let the chips fall where they may. I need this court case live-streamed. Netflix, do your thing. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, still silent. No statement, no tweet, no appearance. And that silence is only making things worse. Because now fans are starting to whisper the unthinkable. What if she knew this clause was in place all along? What if this was the plan from the start? What if they set this whole thing up to erase Aja quietly, and Caitlin just played her part? Whether true or not, the suspicion is spreading, and it's infecting everything. The cliffhanger, a secret practice session. In the final twist of the week, a fan filmed Aja at a closed gym session, training with Jamaican players. She was spotted practicing plays with 4 other women in green and gold. No interviews, no words, just sweat, drills, and intensity. The caption? She's not just preparing, she's coming. And now the world holds its breath. Will Aja make the switch? Will Team USA try to block her in court? Will Caitlin Clark finally speak? And most importantly, will the Olympics feature the biggest revenge arc in sports history? Live under the brightest lights on Earth? We're about to find out. This is where you come in. Because this story, this scandal, this Olympic-sized betrayal, it's far from over. Right now, we are standing on the edge of something that could change sports history forever. Aja Wilson, the face of WNBA excellence, might actually go head-to-head with the very country that pushed her out. All while Caitlin Clark remains at the center of a media storm that keeps growing by the second. And we want to know, whose side are you on? Are you hashtag Team Aja, standing for legacy, loyalty, and leadership? Or are you hashtag Team Clark, riding the wave of the new era, the hype, and the billion-dollar branding machine? Sound off in the comments below. Otto, we're reading every single reply. Drop your take, no matter how hot it is. Do you think Caitlin Clark knew about the clause in her contract? Should Team USA apologize to Aja publicly? Would you support Aja playing for Jamaica at the Olympics? And be honest, if they face off in Paris, who are you cheering for? And hey, if you thought this episode was explosive, oh, you have no idea what's coming next. Because we just got word that another WNBA legend is about to come forward with secret recordings from inside Team USA training camp. And what she captured? Let's just say, it might expose the real reason Aja was pushed out, and it might ruin a few careers before the opening ceremony even begins. So smash that like button if you're riding with the truth. Hit subscribe if you refuse to let corporate basketball silence the voices that matter. And turn on notifications so you don't miss our next episode, because this saga is only getting wilder. Until next time, stay loud, stay bold. And remember, in this game, the real drama never happens on the court. It happens when the cameras aren't rolling.